Good day, everyone. I'm Max Avito from the Team in North America community team. Welcome to the second episode of the AOEM cast, the first episode after release. We're recording this before global release, but we are here to get you ready and make sure that you enjoy the game and to get as much out of the launch as you possibly can. With me again is Peter from the development team. How are you doing, man? Busy, I
Yeah,
can imagine.
great. How are you doing?
Yeah, no, like it's a busy week to say the least. As you guys know, Age of Empires Mobile is coming out, or by now, when you're listening to this, has already come out on the 17th, and the response has been absolutely overwhelming. We hit the number one place in the App Store. We are just absolutely stunned by your support, governors. Over 5 million pre registrations. Wow. We could not be more thankful.
Great.
We are, of course, are going to be giving out some codes, and like you'll see a lot about what you're going to get through the rest of this launch. But for now, like let's get into the meat of it. How has the global release been going for the dev team, Peter?
Yeah, great. It's like we've been working very hard on global launch version, and we're very happy to see like so many players get to enjoy the Age of Empires mobile. And thank you, everyone. And we'll keep providing more interesting content, including like intensive GVG contents where players could win through the in-game strategy and some PvE modes with some interesting mechanics and work and some team maybe have some teamworks with your alliance members. And also we'll have a lot of holiday events like so please stay tuned for further official notice in the future.
Yes, like it's how game development works nowadays. You get the game out, and that just means you just started the support cycle, and you have to make a lot more
Yeah.
content to keep you guys busy, happy, and occupied. But for now, as we promised you in the previous episode, this episode is all about how to get started on the right foot when global launch comes out. We're going to focus here on tips, gameplay, and things you can do. More on like the new player who has had no experience with the tests or the betas, and will only be based on like getting free resources and focus. Let's say this part of the guide is very much free to play friendly, just
Yeah.
for anyone who's getting into the game. Now, let's start at the very beginning. During the test, we had some players ask us questions saying, I joined this alliance and I'm seeing, my military power is starting to go up, but I'm seeing other people just rocket past me and get so much more without like actually participating in like just staying free to play, actually. So, Peter, what would you suggest if someone who just started playing Age of Empires Mobile wants to increase their military power?
Yeah, Max. This is a good questions, and I have a lot to share with you guys. So this is a very big questions, and so I'm gonna break this down into three aspects. So
Please.
the first one is the city building progression, and the second is hero lineup progression, and the last one is the overall suggestions. So let's start with the city building progressions. So the city building progression can be abstract. So you need to find some ways to gather resources and speed ups to progress, right? So here comes the two key questions. So where do I get resources and speed ups more efficiently? And what kind of buildings or technology should I upgrade or invest in? Um, so like as for resources and speed ups, you just have to keep these things in mind. So first one, don't keep your troops in deployable troops idle. So after you depleted your stamina or there's no other events or battle that requires you to use the troops, you should put all your troops into like in gathering resources on the world map, and also try to occupy the max level of the resources points. I mean, like at the early stages of the game, you might want to occupy the level 4 resources points because that's the max level you can get.
Yeah, of
So
course.
yeah.
Like, assuming that you're not in an alliance and people are kicking you out of them, but you have to make sure that at any point you're doing
Yeah,
your absolute best to get your armies moving. You need to get those resources every now and then. Maybe fight a barbarian for the experience. Like, make sure that you're always doing something. Right?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Don't treat it as an idle game because it is definitely not.
Yeah.
Now,
And
for your second point.
yeah, and also like don't forget
Mhm.
to utilize your villagers in the city. Like you should put all them into work. like the Age of Empires PC version, right? So you can tap the villager icon on the top banner of the main UI to manage all your villagers. And the third point is that try to engage all the single player modes, such as Island Tactics, where you can get lots of hero speed, hero experience, and Island Coin to trade in some speed ups, and also the fishing mini game that gives you a lot of foods every day. And battle survivals may give you a hero XP and a lot of resources. And also very important, the supply bounties. You can find these events in the event center, and you could get tons of speed ups and resources every hours after you defeating tribes. But just to remember that the supply bounty requires you to join in alliance. If you don't have an alliance, you can't engage in these events. Yeah. And also don't forget to check the event center. There are many events you could participate in, and you could get many rewards, not only the resources and speed ups, but also other high value items such as the hero medals. Yeah.
Yeah, and you will be rewarded from checking the event center quite often because after all, not all the events are up at all times. Like we want to keep the game variety going. Well, there are things like fishing that you can do every day, even if you're kind of out at it, like I am. Like I just always throw it too long. You should like there are other events that will only happen like on certain days, on certain periods. So checking constantly and making sure you participate, or find 5 minutes to do a quick assignment will work out really well for you.
Yeah, sure. And the next thing is that what building you should upgrade. So the only answer or the most important part is the town center, and town center is very important. So for those of you who don't know what to upgrade, just upgrade the town centers, and because a town center is the key to almost everything in the game. So that means you could only just focus on the requirements for the higher level of your town centers. And so as for the technology, well, in the military sections, just focusing on the unlocking the higher tier soldiers and unlocking extra deployable troops. And because higher soldiers would make a very great difference in the battle. And more deployable troops means more resources because you could deploy more troops to get resources, right? And more battle power. Yeah.
Yeah, in a certain way, you kind of have to consider your troops not only as your fighting force, but also your gathering force when they're out there. So definitely. If you could get an extra villager in game, you would be happy to have it. So you would be happy to have an extra set of troops just walking around the map, getting that gold mine or that encampment as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to actually building an army, though, do you have any tips, any specific strategies that you like to lean towards, or heroes that you maybe like to use more than others?
Yeah. I see a lot of players want to know how to play the hero progression system and also the lineup. So as for this, I'll break down into two parts. So first one is how to get a lineup, and the second part is how to what you should know about the hero progression system. So where to get heroes? So the most efficient way is that you could recruit them from the tavern in your city.
Mm-hmm.
But you could also get a lot of heroes from events such as the Giant Roll, where you could get King Derek. And if you recruit a new hero, and you don't know how to build a lineup around him, maybe you could just check the tutorial icon on the main UI or the hero detail UI, and you'll see all the possible lineups that I recommend you to have. And as for the hero progression system, there are three parts is very important. The first part is the level. The higher level means you could make a troops with more soldiers, and so you might want to keep your hero levels as high as possible. And another part is the skill level. Skill level, which means you could you can make your skill more efficiently, and don't forget to upgrade the skill. And also if you level up your heroes, you will get a talent point, and don't forget to allocate your talent point in your talent page. And also later on, like maybe in the later stage of your progression, you will get a hero gears, and you could farm hero gears from the island tactics. And don't forget to like equip your gear, your hero gears. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I kept it on my battle chest a little bit too long before realizing, oh, I actually have to equip it. Obviously, we're not going to dive super deep into the meta game, like, hey, maybe like a heavy archer build is actually the way to go or anything like that. We're going to let you guys decide that. We're just focusing more on like the general progression of the game and how to get ahead. The actual how to win, that's up for you guys or for other content creators to make those really in-depth guides that we love to see.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, global launch has been going great. We seeing the hype ahead of time has made us extremely happy, and we've been kind of giving back that happiness and that hype in the form of global rewards and pre-registration rewards that you got from playing the game. Uh, Obviously, there's a lot of things going on right now in the game. We're celebrating launching a game like this is not only a big responsibility, but it gets to be a huge celebration. We get to be part of this huge party with the fans, and this is our way of saying thank you. Obviously, everything that you got from the pre-registration, because we hit that 5 million benchmark just from your excitement. You probably already have in game if you have already heard, if you've been listening to the show, and following up on like our social media campaigns and everything. Trust me, it's worth it. Just claim everything that you can. This like zero strings attached. We just want you to enjoy the game more and maybe have a little bit more to get going. But Peter, like now that the players are listening to us as the game has launched, what sort of events can they jump into right away? What's going to be on?
You could participate in the in-game events called the Imperial Path, and when you're participating in Imperial Path for like 4 days, and you could get a very beautiful frame called the Emperor's Glory, and also you also get the Pioneer Expedition chat bubble. It's very beautiful, and you can use it, and you can use it in the chat room. Yeah. And also so for the second day of your login, you'll get a new hero called Darius the Great, and it's a legendary hero. And don't forget to log in. And also, if you log in on the day 7, you'll get a Hammurabi, and it's a very powerful hero. And don't forget to log in. Also, yeah.
Yeah, as we play the game, you will be rewarded with these sort of things. There's rewards on both sides of the track. You'll find something, as we mentioned, like the Emperor's Glory like frame or chat bubbles, cool little things that are just cosmetic but also extremely powerful rewards, as getting Darius or Hammurabi or Josephine as you play. So make sure that you're actually unlocking every single one of those, because hey, it's another step in power, and it's something that can help not only you but your alliance as you join one and join the fun. Over here on the community side, we've set on that website that a website that I gotta say I love, with a little lucky wheel that you can click on and receive some rewards. These you'll find these in the description for the video. Like I'm sure it's being shown on screen right now. We're giving away tons and tons of amazing prizes, and every player is guaranteed to win something when they roll. Not only are we talking about, hey, here's some hero medals or here's some in-game currency, but you could also win an iPhone 16 or an iPad Pro. So absolutely worth getting as many spins in as you can, and you're going to be this is going to be available only until October 31st as part of the the first 2 weeks of launch. After that, it's gone. So please jump in. And if you win, please, I want to see who won. Take some pictures with the new phone. Show off the tablet. But that's on the one side of the community side. On the other, we're preparing a big content creator event, and that is the Path to Imperial City. We are after launch, once you've done the tutorial, if you want to participate, you will find a special event server in the ones you can select to join in. This server will have a slightly different rule set because we're going to run a big event here. That is a competition between 3 content creators who have joined forces with us. Mr. Sneaky Gaming, Chisgull Gaming, and Omniarch are going to start up alliances in this server. That means they're going to be on top of it, and they're going to have no choice but to fight each other and try to reach the Imperial City. As you go through it, you can, pledge your allegiance to one of them, or if you're feeling particularly rebellious, start an alliance of your own and push your way forward. This is going to sort of frankly devolve into very aggressive war very, very quickly, because while the Imperial City is extremely important in every server that you jump into, because once you conquer it, you have access to amazing rewards. The rewards in this special event are going to be a little bit bigger. The first alliance to occupy the Imperial City is going to get another iPhone 16, 100 Amazon gift cards worth $50 each, for a total value of $10,000. Plus, the leader of the Victorious Alliance will be invited for an official interview to share their epic journey. And we're going to make a lot of content and show some war reporting on our Discord, showing how this is going, which alliance seems to be winning. Maybe there'll be, alliances within alliances. There will be a double crossing. We don't know, but we cannot wait to see you guys participate in it. Pick one of these three creators and have an absolute blast.
Yeah. I might want to join this
event. Sadly, as people on the dev team, we kind of have to, keep ourselves neutral, the double pinky promise that we're not going to make an alt account because, hey, maybe we get something cool out of it. But for everyone who can join without, seeming a little shady, please join and enjoy. Now, granted, we have a lot of work to get done. There's a lot going on with the launch of Age of Empires Mobile. And I would like to thank everyone once more for watching this episode of the AOAM cast. Thank you so much for playing Age of Empires Mobile, for trusting us with your fun and your playtime. And we cannot wait to show you more. In the next episode, we're going to do a little bit of a walkthrough of how the global version panned out, because, again, we're recording this from the past. And honestly, we'd love to hear from you guys. Fill up those comments, subscribe to our channel, and tell us, what would you like to hear about? You got direct access to the dev team here. Any questions you want to hit us with? Any topics you would like to cover? Should you want to see what's under the hat? Just ask for it.
Yeah. We're very looking forward to see a lot of comments, and we're very happy to interact with you guys. Yeah.
Thank you so much. See you next episode.
See you.